Hi everyone, I'm Kristi Yamaguchi. Don't go anywhere. Profiles is coming right up.
Welcome to Profiles. I'm Marley Hall. Today's guest is Olympic gold medal figure skating champion Kristi Yamaguchi. Back in the early 90s, Yamaguchi dominated women's figure skating. She won the gold at the 1992 Olympics, and in 2005 she was inducted into the United States Olympic Hall of Fame. After winning gold, she toured for many years with Stars on Ice and participated in the pro competition circuit. Following a short break, we'll join our host Mickey Burns as he welcomes the talented Kristi Yamaguchi to Profiles. Welcome back to Profiles. Kristi Yamaguchi's resume is filled with major accomplishments. She won Olympic gold in 1992, became the celebrity champion on the 6th season of Dancing with the Stars, and as an author, her first children's book, Dream Big, Little Pig, had risen to the top of the New York Times bestseller list. Along the way, Yamaguchi learned to face and overcome adversity, which included being born with a major physical disability. So let's join our host Mickey Burns as he welcomes the beautiful Kristi Yamaguchi to Profiles.
Kristi Yamaguchi, welcome to Profiles.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to New York City.
It's great to be here.
Of course, you are one of, I'm going to say, an elite group of athletes in the world that owns a gold medal.
I guess so.
There's not a lot of you around.
No.
And when I was reading your background, I was just wondering, when you reflect back today, it's been a couple of decades, what does the gold medal mean to you now, today?
I think I look back and just feel so fortunate. Obviously it was the pinnacle and something that my whole childhood I worked up towards. So,
Sure.
You can't believe it. I think, I just, look back and thank my lucky stars for sure.
Now, you recently added author to your resume with the release of, is this your first book?
My first children's picture
book.
Yeah.
And it's titled Dream Big, Little Pig. And this is what you said recently about it. You said, I have always thought that picture books, by their very nature, are meant to entertain, inspire, and foster love. And do you think you captured all three of those in this book?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm very proud of it, and it definitely was a labor of love, and wanted a clear message and something very positive in the book, and I think it did that. And I love the main character, Poppy. I think she's got a fun, rambunctious personality, but positive as well. And hopefully it'll inspire kids to keep dreaming, not to be afraid to fail, but, keep dreaming and
Keep
reach
getting up.
for it.
Now, the star of the book is a lovable pig named Poppy, who has a big dream, I guess not dissimilar from its author. Basically, the overall message of the book is what?
Pretty much, it's going to take trial and error to find what your dream is. It might not be the first thing you try, which for Poppy, she went through ballet, she went through singing, she went through modeling before she found skating, which ended up being her passion. And, and it's about dedication and perseverance, really, because she fails and then she gets up and keeps trying and discovers her love and faces obstacles, but keeps pushing through it.
Now, interestingly, you certainly know what it means to face adversity. A lot of your fans might be surprised to learn that you were born with club feet and actually started skating because of that condition. Explain that to us.
Yeah, so I was born, I guess you would call them club feet, and had casts on my legs, I think through 1 year old. And then had the corrective braces and brace shoes, I guess. And I was lucky that my parents just were very proactive and went with the corrections right away when I was so young. And the skating, I think, was something I wanted to try, and the doctor said, great, it's good for coordination, good for strength, you know, whatever, you know, you're all, you know, you're good to go. So, you know, it was good. But that young, I probably just didn't really know any better.
Sure.
But I loved it.
Sure. Do you remember the first time that you skated and how it made you feel, even though you were fighting this condition that you weren't that aware of?
Yeah, well, I think I was lucky because by the time I did skate, I was fine. I think the corrections had definitely paid off. And yeah, I do remember pretty distinctly, I don't know if it's my very first time, but being on the ice with my mom, and you know, she was holding me up, and I was just kind of dragging her around the ice and trying to go faster and faster. And she was just like, whoa, and having to turn the rental skates in and being mad because I wanted to take them home with me. And I thought they were mine. So I think at that point she realized, you know, I think she likes this.
Yeah. Well, as you moved on, regarding what attracted you the most to skating, a few years ago you said it was the sense of accomplishment and reward I felt when I learned a new move and mastered it. Having said that, explain to us what your regime was, training-wise, as you grew into your teen years leading up to the Olympics.
Well, leading into the Olympics, probably from almost junior high on, it was 4 or 5 hours on the ice a day.
A day?
And, well, that was with compulsory figures. Once compulsory figures were taken out, it was about 2.5, 3 hours on the ice.
Wow.
And another 2 hours, 2 hours off the ice. But, you know, we would work on, we had 2 programs to practice, the short program, the long program, so there would be a session dedicated to each. And, you know, each year I would try to give myself a goal to learn something new, to improve upon something. And, you know, I think in skating you're never perfect. I think there's always more to learn and more to improve on. And, you know, I think that's good because it just keeps you motivated to keep training.
I could stay with you. I could be handy, I'm into the fuse when your lights are gone.
Did you ever feel that you were missing out on a normal teenage environment because of the sacrifices you were making?
Well, I definitely knew at the time that I wasn't living the normal teenage life, and for me it was fine. You know, it was my choice to skate and my choice to get up early and train and go travel and compete and miss out. You know, I was kind of an introverted, shy person, so you know, I'm not sure where I would have fit in with the normal high school life, who knows. But for me, it was worth it. I think the trade-off was something that, you know, I would rather be on the ice. Yeah.
Now, you grew up in Fremont, is that California? Fremont, California?
Yes.
And your grandparents, during, interestingly, World War II, they were sent to an internment camp. And that's where your mom was born.
Actually, my grandfather on my mom's side was fighting in Germany, and his wife, my grandma, was safer in the camp. She didn't have to be in the camp because you know, he was serving, but she spent some time outside the camp, and when she found out she was pregnant, she decided to go back into camp because she felt safer and she knew she would get good care.
Okay. Now, growing up, how did your parents nurture your talent without pushing you too hard like many parents do?
They were really good. You know, I needed pushing here and there, you know, those teen years. You kind of go through that rebellious stage, but I knew I always wanted to skate. But my mom was good at letting me have the skating on my own. You know, she had to push here and there, and she had to remind me sometimes to shape up my attitude or whatever. But other than that, you know, I was pretty self-driven.
Yeah. What advice can you give parents today who just happen to be lucky enough to have talented kids that are pursuing their dreams?
I would say definitely be there for support and encouragement when you need it. And, you know, they might need to be redirected every now and then and to be disciplined every now and then. But, you know, if they really let it be the child's activity and to let them have ownership in it, I think they will feel much better about it. And if you're there for encouragement and, you know, picking them up when they need it and, you know, helping them get through the tough times, they'll appreciate it.
And also the good times, in the importance of keeping them grounded, I think is important.
Yeah,
so the head doesn't
absolutely.
get too big.
No, I mean, even, yeah, I mean, I was still doing the dishes, taking out the garbage, you know, I still had my chores at home no matter what. So, yeah, you definitely have to stay grounded and, yeah, make them know that life is, you know, bigger than their sport.